Okay guys, so this video is to show you how to submit a timesheet in Exxat. So this is going to be your Exxat dashboard. You'll need to have selected the NRSG 2415, which is the Capstone class. You can see your placement details here, which we're going to go over in another video, but how you'll submit your timesheets are you will go over to the left-hand side of your screen to view learning activities. So you'll click that. When you're in here, you'll have your classes that you can pick from. You can also just go to your timesheet, and that will also have where you can select. So you're going to want to scroll until you see the NRSG 2415 Capstone course. You'll click into it. I find it easiest if you click over onto the actual timestamps over here. And then once you're in the course itself, you're going to be able to add your time. So off to the right-hand side, it doesn't show it right now because the block doesn't begin until February. So you won't be able to start it until then. But there will be an add time entry. So you'll click that, you'll add your hours. Make sure that you add your break in. So when you're looking at a traditional hospital shift, it's a 12-hour shift, but it's scheduled for 12 and a half hours so that you get that 30-minute break. We want you to take the 30-minute break. We don't want you to work through the 30-minute break. Please take that time to just kind of reset, recharge, refuel, get something in you so that your brain has some sugar and build that into your timestamp. So, for example, if you are doing a shift up at the University of Utah and your times for your shift are 6 to 6:30, okay, and we'll say it's a day shift, so you'll put in 0600 to 1830 for your time, and then you'll say yes, I had a break, yes, it was 30 minutes, and then that way when it calculates its time, it shows you're tracking that 12 hours. Now, there are two things you can choose from with the drop down for the type of shift. You can have your orientation shift, which is your 4 hours, and then you have the full shift, which will allow you to do 12. Remember, all capstones start with that 4 hour orientation shift. The purpose of the orientation shift is so that you can get familiar with your preceptor, you can get familiar with the unit, you can talk about goals and come up with a really good plan. So then that way, when you go back for your first full 12-hour shift, you can just hit the ground running with patient care. You don't have to do any of the hi, let's get to know each other. That's all done. And then you can just really focus on taking in as much opportunity as possible for getting your hands in there, doing assessments, giving medications, practicing skills, and really take advantage of the most amount of time that you have with your preceptor. Okay. Now, as a reminder, if you're a nurse apprentice, I 100% understand that your job will not allow you to do just a 4 hour shift. You still need to clock 4 hours for orientation. So, for your first 12-hour shift where you are doing active patient care with your preceptor on the unit that you're working, just one of those shifts, that first shift count 4 hours. You have to, for all of your capstone hours, be engaged in some sort of on the floor care. So, facility orientations where you are onboarding, so to speak, where maybe they're just going over hospital policies and procedures, where you're in a big room with a bunch of other new employees. That doesn't count towards your capstone hours. It has to be on the floor with patients, with a preceptor. And then that's make sure you keep clock of those times to get up to that 100-hour count. You can't be under, you can't go over. We only within our limitations, 100 hours is where we're capped out. So you need 100 to fulfill the requirements for the course, but you can't go over because then that's when we're no longer covered in having you be there at that facility because we have said that you're only going to be there for 100 hours. If you have questions about how to put in time or how to review this, please don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor. All of the instructors in Capstone have been teaching it for multiple semesters now. We're really comfortable with this process. And of course, you can always reach out to me as the course lead. More than happy to sit down and help you guys or make an appointment to go over things with you if we wouldn't want to meet online to help you with being successful. All right. And then we'll get moving to the next video.